Hello and welcome back on ESI TV. We have with us practicing endocrinologist from Ahmedabad. We have Dr. Vivek Arya with us. Welcome, sir, on board with us. So we would take you through some interesting portion from day one, since Dr. Arya has also witnessed and he has something really interesting to share with us. So let's get straight from Dr. Arya. Sir, let's talk about ESICON 2018, this vast extravaganza, and day one had a lot of things that has happened yesterday, and I'm sure you have something really interesting for our audience to share and have some current news and updates from day one. Also talking about the debate that we witnessed on day one along with the scientific program here at ESICON 2018. Up next, Dr. Vivek Arya.
Hello, and it was great to be here in Bhubaneswar, the beautiful city, and actually very well planned. Like I came something in my mind that it is not a very well developed, but I found the roads, airport, hotels quite good, and definitely the venue which has been selected for ESICON 2018 is excellent. Like it's beautiful, like you don't feel as if you have come for a conference. It looks more like a holidaying, and again you are gaining a lot of knowledge over here. So yesterday we had Endocrine Premier League, which was basically a kind of a debate where the teams were divided and each team member was supposed to speak for or against a particular topic. So there were good debatable topic, controversial topics which were taken up, and definitely there were a lot of scientific evidence was talked about and how you going to use that in a practice and what is the current opinion of the house, and that was being taken into consideration. In fact, I had some of my debate related to the early estrogen replacement, and which definitely a lot of new evidence which have come up and we discussed about it, but unfortunately house did not agree upon the newer evidence. So again, like we will have some more kind of a controversy subsequently till more kind of a data which is available, and once more data is available, people will start accepting it.
Sure, thank you so much, sir. Let me tell our audience, you must know the East Zone came out as winners yesterday from the EPL journey, and that is about day one. Let us understand from Sir Dr. Arya, what are you looking forward from this vast extravaganza? Any special interest, a topic that you're looking forward to hear from our experts?
Definitely, there are a lot of Indian data which has been discussed in Endocrine Society meeting. There are a lot of international data and how we are going to use that international data in our day-to-day practice. That is the most important thing. Meeting a lot of seniors and juniors and our colleague, that is another thing, like you come to know what people are practicing, how they are practicing, what are the new things they are doing in their day-to-day practice, which is a very important part of practice. And this is what you learn from your colleague, like how you can do, still you can do in a better way. And the same thing, like because the textbook teaching is same for everybody, but how we are putting same thing in the current perspective, in the clinical perspective, that is something very important to learn after meeting colleagues and listening to some of the beautiful lectures.
Sure. Also that clinical developments and opinions from the experts are shared here on ESI TV. Sir, also would want to understand, you've been the part of journey with ESICON, you've seen the endocrine department evolve in our country. Also, what are your expectations? What does future hold for us when we talk about endocrinology?
Well, if I remember, like the first ESICON I attended was in 1995, and again fortunately that national meeting happened in Ahmedabad itself, and I remember it was a very small kind of a meeting, hardly there were 200 to 250 people, and the venue was not very great. The speakers at that time were very selected, and again it was like very small kind of meeting, but we gained a good amount of knowledge because that time I was just about to finish my MD, and that took me to the interest in endocrinology again after listening to some of those good talks. And after that I have seen the several meetings which have been happening, and the scale has been much larger, and probably here again we have close to or more than 1,000 delegates supposed to be attending this meeting. So the scale has increased like in say like 20-25 years from 200 people to more than 1,000 people, which is a huge kind of increase interest in endocrinology amongst the doctors. That is very, very interesting. the scale or the kind of faculties which have been coming. Earlier it used to be mainly the national faculties which used to be present, but in current scenario, like the good amount of faculties are coming from overseas also, and they are sharing their knowledge. So you don't need to go and attend all the American meetings or the UK meetings to have that kind of a knowledge. You can sit here in India itself and listen to some of the good speakers, and again we have a discussion which is based on Indian subjects or in Indian scenario, how those things can be used. So that is again a great thing, and more and more people attending itself suggests that endocrinology has a huge future great future
in our country
in our
and
country,
otherwise. Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Arya. We have had an insightful conversation with you. Thank you so much for joining up on ESI TV with us.
Thank you. My
Thank
pleasure.
you.